addressed, and one of the biggest things is the infrastructure, as far as the water and the sewer lines and the streets. Everyone knows how bad they are, but we gotta get the infrastructure done first of all. And, there's some drainage issues we're gonna deal with, and, anyone have any specific things that they think we should address?
Rick, can you explain what's going on with all the buried cables?
Okay, that is, Mid-America is coming in, they're connecting all of their, substations all together, and then there's gas bells throughout the town. I can't remember if they said there's 3 or 4 locations, and everything is gonna be hooked up to, specific, like a computer, instead of being manually switched, it's gonna be electronically controlled. So like in the middle of the night, if we have an outage, they can just, flip a switch from a computer terminal.
Thank God.
And this took some, Mid-America had a hard time getting, the council to accept it, and I tell you what, I think it's one of the best things that could happen. And anytime that you're gonna have something, improvements and less manpower, especially if you have an emergency in the middle of the night or something, a blizzard, you wanna make sure that it's gonna be able to be done the simplest that it could be done at. So that is what you're seeing in town. I think Hoflings Road they went across, and then, they came down Walnut Street, and they're coming up Fifth Street to the school. But at the one meeting I was at, I was sitting by one of the Mid-America guys, and he had a map there, stating where the shut-offs are in town, and I didn't even have a clue that they were there. And once he started pointing it out, it just made so much sense that it was something that needed to be done. And that's what they're doing. And, it's good to see, before I came up here, they're laying down seed mats they're doing a very good job at, what they're letting behind.
So will that cost more for our energy bill in the long run, or will it?
You'd have to take that up with Mid-America.
Okay. 'Cause what I looked on the internet was trying to get some information on it. They said, well, it'll be a fiber optic line, but there will be, other people can use it, or other, I didn't realize it would just be only Mid-America.
It's only Mid-America, yeah,
Okay.
they strongly suggest that at the meetings that I attended.
So will each house be connected then independently?
Nope, it has nothing to do with residential. It's to do, the school and all the substations that are out in the country. And they actually went, west of town, and I think they actually went north of Arthur. So, I don't know the exact
Well, I
route.
think just follow them. I think they went all the way to Arthur with it.
And actually, I know they're, the one meeting, they were talking about how they were already working in Battle Creek last fall.
Yeah, they did to Battle Creek last year.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a big project. And I don't know if it all goes back to, Sioux City as their main hub. That's way over my head. Wendy?
So what are some good things you're looking forward to accomplishing?
Well, one of the biggest things is I've for years I've drove around town and watched the drainage, and it's some of the, it's just something minor that you have to do, just a little grading, and so that's a minor cost. But one of the biggest things is we need to try getting something done with our sewer and water, so that's updated, and then from there, we can work on our streets, because our streets and the curbs, it really needs to be updated.
So are you applying for grant money for, do a lot of the sewer and water work, or do you have an overall plan of so many sections every year, or?
Before the meeting that Nancy Jansen had here, we discussed it, and she said that there's ways to go about it, so mainly in grants, yes. So we're working on our budget right now, and that's something that we're looking at.
Isn't the state making it mandatory to replace all of the water lines?
If they're lead,
Pipes?
I think
They're
Michael
leaded.
said by
Are they leaded,
2030.
Michael?
Not all of them, no, we got, out of the whole town, there's like 105 or something that we have not laid eyes on and know exactly what the material is, but we found like 14 lead and a handful of galvanized, so it's not as bad as what you might think, but if they are lead or galvanized, they need to be replaced by 2037 or something, I forget what the date is, but.
Would they be in the older part of town, the leaded ones then?
Well, we find a lot of like galvanized and stuff down around Main Street, because it's older, but everything Dewey Street and west would not be.
Okay.
But they're pretty spotty, and it's kinda just based on whether it's ever been updated or not, you know.
I know there's some lead down here on Walnut Street where it comes over to the house hookups. So years ago, put a new water line in, and the one that come underneath the street was lead.
Just what you want your drinking water.
Huh?
Just what you want in your drinking water, huh?
No, I agree, it had an RO system.
Is the city responsible to the water meter, or?
To the
The city's
water
responsible
shut.
to the water shut-off, yeah, that's kind of the difficult thing with it is, if the homeowner finds that their line is lead or galvanized, then they're strongly encouraged to replace it for health, obvious health reasons, but there's no way that we could say, we're gonna replace it and you're gonna pay for it. So we have to try to contact them 4 times through 2 different methods, and if they still refuse, then it is what it is, but the city side will have to be updated.
Everything done at the pool?
For updates, that I could not say. The only thing that I'm gonna say is that the tennis courts, the court is gonna be removed this spring, so it looks better. The fence is coming apart. And as far as what's gonna go in there, we don't, it's just gonna be grass for right now.
Also I think I read the city park. Are there updates?
We're, I can't remember what committee that was wanting to work on the pickleball court out there. And they're talking about steering it more towards having like a all-season shelter house at the park that could be used year-round, and then put the bathrooms in there instead of, so you don't have to walk down the hill and back.
Something like Wall Lake has maybe?
Yes, yep.
Okay.
And if we could get something like that done before our next, our 150th celebration coming up next year.
Wow.
That one is really well rented out too.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I think Lakeview has one similar to that too, yeah.
So does the city is the city gonna take when the 150 comes, is the city going to be very proactive with that, or is it just gonna be mainly up to the citizens, or?
I can't remember, I talked to Shay a little bit. One of the things I wanna get done is, I got the demolition derby going several years ago, and that was a big fundraiser on Sundays, and for the Creek Days weekend, so, if I have to, I have a lot on M43 right north of Sweeties. If we have to, we'll put it there. And what I'd like to see is, if we do it, I'd like to have 2 a year. That way you can have a second opportunity like in August, or maybe late July, cause that's becoming popular again. And, it'd be nice if we could get where we were in the previous, where we were having a tractor pull also. Cause that would that'd make it more of a longer day, all day, and you have more entertainment coming on for creek days.
The ODC and the OBC have had 2 meetings now.
Okay,
We want us, not just one day, we want, what, 2 days and a
I
Sunday?
think it was gonna
night?
be 3 days for, at Creek Days time for the centennial, for the, what is it, Centennial?
150th.
150?
And it's all school reunion that Friday night, but we wanna start events already like Friday noon.
okay.
Is this in 2027?
Yeah.
When is the 150?
2027.
Next year.
27.
27, not this year, next year. And it's gonna take place right, the same period as normally Creek Days?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Except it may go out for a couple more days, or,
You're,
Yes.
But as far as, the city being involved in it, I asked Shay about, the liability, and I don't know exactly how much the city can be involved towards it, but I want the city to be involved with it as much as it can.
a lot of it's probably gonna depend on if that property reform bill gets passed. Cause that will significantly impact small towns.
Okay.
Anyway, that's what Shay and Jim told us at the library board meeting Monday night, that we need to seriously consider how to cut our budget. Because one of the first things that'll go on a city budget will be the library, the pool, and park.
What?
Cause they're not required to be had.
Oh,
You have to fund the required stuff first.
Which amounts to the fire department and the EMTs, the ambulance.
Yep. Well, you probably have to have water and too, but
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
wasn't mentioned, we were told fire department and EMS.
They're more essential than the other things.
But, trying to think of what else,
do you have any idea how many trees have to come down?
Michael, what's the number yet?
We got 104 ash trees in town, that's
How many?
104 left,
104 left?
Moly.
and that's not counting hackberries and whatever, maple split or whatever, that's
Okay.
just ash trees, so.
And whatever dies between now and another
Or
couple
if we
of
get a
years.
storm or whatever, yeah.
We have, the building across from the elevator, the old liquor store, we have a individual working on getting that purchased, so we can get a roof on that, so it looks more presentable coming.
You're gonna it's gonna be coming up for resale again, or?
It's in the process, it's in the process. But, there's, some houses in town that need to come down, and definitely they need to come down before the 150th, so we can have the town looking a lot better. And,
What about the car wash? Is that active still? Is that inactive?
no,
they're,
not since we had people destroy the inside, so.
No kidding.
yeah,
And that's when Dale was getting his hips done and he just shut it off.
yeah.
The vandalism is just.
Well, there's one out, there's one out.
The one out at Cubby's, from what I understand, is it's way beyond repair, and, they're just using it for storage.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
and that's been
that's too
several
bad.
years.
That's what we're doing too.
Yeah, and I don't blame you, because,
So Odebolt water is hard on it.
yeah.
Can we turn that, car wash into something else then?
Out at
Maybe-
Cubby's,
No, the one in town, maybe
Well,
for.
talk to her,
soon.
her husband owns it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought the city
We
owned it.
get-
Apologies.
No,
No,
that's
it's-
ours.
it's Dale and Linda own it.
Mhm.
But,
I don't know what his plans are. He said if he was offered the right amount, he'd sell it.
There you go, Warren.
How about rural water, is that coming into town?
No.
How are our well systems? Are our well systems all in pretty good shape, Mike, or are they?
Our deep well is gonna be getting rehabbed here shortly. It's got bearings and possibly some casing issues, but, otherwise, I don't really feel like we're sitting super great on wells. If we had a major problem with our deep well, our shallow wells would not be able to keep up.
So you still have to keep blending a lot of shallow
We
water?
have to blend
water with
per our
it.
permit, we have to blend because our deep well is like 2,000 foot deep and our other ones, so the water per our permit has to blend before we can send it out to the system.
So rural water's not capable of doing a city?
From what I was told years ago when they came into the area, they asked about hooking up, and at the time, the council didn't wanna have nothing to do with it. I don't know how many years ago that was.
And the smarter way to do it, what some towns have done is they've hooked on anyway, just in case you do have a problem where you have a supply or volume.
Backup.
You have, yeah, they can supplement off theirs. But legally, you can't run off two separate systems. So like we have our own permit, we do all our own testing. Rural Water has their own permit, they do all their own testing, and those numbers all have to be submitted.
So you could be involved with testing the rural water,
Well, if we were running on Rural Water, it would have to be only Rural Water.
okay?
We couldn't have a little bit of ours, a little bit of theirs,
Yeah.
because you just can't mix it.
Another thing I'd like to see is that, the surrounding towns, they have, I know Lakeview, I spoke with them in the past, and I still spoke with Wall Lake, where if they take one tree down, they replace it with three, and with all the ash trees that have died, and been removed, and the hackberries, they're old enough to where they're falling apart. We need to try to get something of replenishing trees, because people don't realize how much shade they do protect.
We're Tree City, USA.
Yeah, and I had mentioned that several times, but, how we're awarded that here in these last few years.
I think you can apply for something through the DNR, and they give you like a bulk lot of them, very, very reasonable, and they are bare root as you plant.
Well, you put a bare root tree in, that's gonna take a lot of
Right.
years, and the worst part of keeping a bare root tree alive is the rabbit population. They,
No kidding.
they
And
love
gallons
eating.
and gallons of water.
Yeah,
A lot of watering.
yeah, if you're gonna put a tree, you wanna get one that's, inch and a half in diameter, and you might be looking at a 6-7-year-old tree. And then they take a lot of work.
Just the trees that OBC put into the monument circle, I mean, they were a larger size, but Mark and Pam Hansen have watered them all
Yeah.
summer long,
Yeah.
what, for 2 years now?
That's the secret to, especially if you plant the tree, you have to water it. Because
Mhm.
if we have plenty of water, it's not that big a deal. But, when you get into months of July and August, you better
That's
be
right.
watering them, yeah.
It would be nice though, like, property owners, if the city could acquire X amount of trees where the property owners could buy them at a reduced cost,
That's a good idea.
and then put them in like on their property.
Good. But it's something that I would say is on the list that we need to look into.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Dale?
I don't know.
I know I've had 4 trees taken off my 3 so far off of my north property. But to me, I don't wanna replace them because I've got a main line, the main electric line
Yeah.
goes right up my street. And so Mid-America comes in every few years and your trees,
Well, I think your trees are all dead, aren't they dead?
all my trees are dead yet, except Dathan's 5th grade tree is not
I
dead.
know the two on the other street are,
That
Yeah.
survived for a reason, huh?
It survived for, yeah, no, all, mine are on the list. And I miss having trees, cause I had 3 ash in my backyard.
Trees, yeah.
And I've debated what do I wanna put back there. Like the North Parking, I'm like, do I even wanna do that, because if they get any height at all, they're gonna be, because of that power line,
It just disfigures them terribly.
yeah.
Well, most of the trees that are coming down, they're at least 100 years old, aren't they, Michael?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, and a lot of the ones that are left, they're 50, 60 inches at the base, you know, they're,
Yeah.
so I would say that's probably more than 100 years old.
Yeah.
2 of my 3 left, my ash trees are 40 years old, cause that's how long we've lived in, 43 years is how long we've lived in town. And it does make a difference.
Well, you got some of these oak trees, I have one in my front yard that just looks scary, I should take that down too, you know, you don't know, it could be completely gone in the center. A lot of trees in town are that way. They're only waiting for the next 100-mile-an-hour wind.
I remember right, Dale trimmed or worked on some trees at the park years ago, but he said that big oak tree in the middle of the park, where, didn't you guys
It's
put a
hollow.
bench? It's hollow in the middle now. So, won't take long for that to rot out and fall.
But he said that 20 years ago and it's still standing.
Still there.
It's unbelievable. I've seen a lot of trees that were hollow in the center. It's unbelievable the years that those.
Especially
things
hackberries,
come
there'd be a
down.
lot of
And
hackberries are hollow.
It depends if it's a soft wood or not,
Mm-hmm.
but, if it's a oak or something, it could be
He
there
said
for
he
a lot of
put
years.
like down in it, so. Yeah, that's just a process.
Well, I know the Community Foundation, Carol's a member of that, they're working really hard to get that building going, get the, store going down there, and it's slow going, but it's.
How's the activity of the store?
Right now, it's really good. So, and we're getting a lot of out-of-towners
That's good.
that come in, yeah,
And I see you have furniture storage in Arthur now?
yeah.
Good.
Nice.
That's good.
Yeah, what?
Furniture's coming in, so now they have storage over in Arthur because you're at full
Cause
capacity
we don't
here.
have any room.
Well, they could use 3 times the space or more.
Yeah.
That's really limited down there.
I got a chair I give.
Nice. But Bryce was willing to let them use that.
Yeah, that's great.
Are they gonna start on the house on Main Street pretty soon?
What is,
Last I heard, they were gonna have it set the 3rd week of December, so.
This doesn't tell you what year.
I think it's coming in May.
Is it?
There's no basement?
Walk space, or
Oh.
crawl space.
Are they putting a new bank out there?
What's that?
Are they putting a new bank?
Those are gonna have storm cells.
Yeah, that's, well, they've applied for, they've applied with the
It's been so long
FDIC
since they've
to,
put-
they have to give them the okay, but yeah, if they get the
What's
okay.
going in the old bank?
we're hoping that's where the city hall's gonna go into.
So any timeline on that, Rick, do you know, are they
No.
probably a year better before they even start?
They,
you think?
I thought that they were hoping they were gonna have it started in 26, but it could be 27.
Well, I just read in the paper here a few weeks ago, they had applied to the, what is it, the FDIC or whoever controls it to allow them to build a new building, so.
Store down here and they'll.
Well, the thrift store.
Thrift
yeah.
store, yeah. You ever got somebody looking for a nice recliner,
both sides.
it's a rock that swivels,
Here's
and
mine,
climbs back and all that stuff.
Oh,
Do you have any
I do.
updates on
I
when they're
got a
gonna
power
redo the,
one.
and I
I
mean,
got
that's
too much
on railroad tracks?
Oh, that's something that,
Yeah.
I've been working with, Landis's, the high up guy,
well,
and
we're
I
spending
talked with
stuff
him
there for
yesterday,
now,
and,
Yeah,
as we have
they're,
to,
he said that,
yeah, then
being it's
take
been
it.
long enough, it's been about 4 years, we've been trying to get something done. I think a week ago Friday, I talked to him, and then again yesterday, we had visited, and like the last week of February, he's gonna come, we're gonna go discuss that. But, hopefully, summer, it'll be done by then.
Well, I think they're talking on new rail replacement, aren't they? I know they-
No, not the rail.
Okay.
Landis, they own just the one track, and it's not being used, so that, from what I understand, they're gonna tear that out. And anytime you're working close to a railroad, you have to have all kinds of credentials. And, Tyler had told me that, we should use the same company, that way it can all get done at the same time. And we're talking Maine and Walnut, so they're both gonna be done.
Anything about the one out on the edge of town?
The one out there, I think, Michael, the one on the West Highway, that's more the railroad, wouldn't it? That wouldn't be
Well, the
Landis.
railroad controls all the crossings.
Yeah, and that's something
Cause I've
that would be.
worked with the railroad enough to know
And
that.
didn't they repair that a couple years ago?
Yeah, I think they went in and redid the crossing at some point in time, but it settled out or something. It's-
Yeah.
It's
It's not good. No, it's not good.
Yeah, so-
They're
And
terrible
I gotta,
railroads.
and I gotta tell
But
you,
it's
there's
just
people
to
from
get
out of town that come
Million
in
pound trains,
to our
you know,
store,
beating it
and
every
they
week,
complain
it just
about
sinks away, they
the
gotta come in and pull it up.
entrances.
Yeah,
down
all
here.
They're
four.
terrible.
Well, I think the one on 39 is smooth, but the other
Yeah,
three
the other
entrances.
two are.
That
Yeah,
little one.
not knock your teeth
The
out.
one down here by the
It
elevators.
is.
You were talking about drainage earlier, and I was driving around, and I seen you cleaned out the creek down on North Main. Have you looked at any of the rest of the bridges?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Michael and I, we drove around a couple times already and started discussing on,
because Fourth and Fifth are half plugged.
yeah. But, hopefully this summer we can get some time and get those improved.
We ain't got time.
Till the wind blows and it should veer.
I've always had a question, how close does the city watch the sidewalk cleaning in the winter?
I don't know, since I've
I
been there,
mean,
it
there's
hasn't snowed.
people that do a real good job, keep them. And then there's people that run like an ATV blade or a skid loader down and they leave that much snow on them. And for us, I mean, we walk our dog a lot and, I mean, there's even one up on Dewey, cleaned his old driveway up and dumped it across the sidewalk.
Oh, yeah?
And it was that high across the sidewalk, and I've walked through there quite a few times, I gotta walk around it, cause there's snow that high across the sidewalk.
Well, if you see it, give Shay a call.
Oh, well, one of the council members lives right across the street, so they should see it.
Well, yeah, let a council member know, or call.
Well, I don't know how he can miss it.
Another concern about sidewalks, and I'm guessing you might walk on some of them are so cracked in that, and they
Yeah.
let the weeds go up this high, and it's a trip hazard.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I've brought that up at the council meetings in the past, and if anyone has a complaint, go and fill out the form, because otherwise, I had been going to council meetings for 8 years, and now I was informed last summer that if you don't fill a form out, there's nothing that gets done about it, so.
And one of the worst is the sidewalk going up to the school. And when they don't clean that off, those kids, there's a lot of kids that walk to school back
yeah,
and forth.
and that one, I
that
don't
was
think
terrible
ever hurt,
this year.
got cleaned all winter.
Yeah,
And
Steve
the
turned
kids
that,
The kids
Steve
were
turned,
actually walking up and down that sidewalk to
Steve,
school.
a few
Or out on
years,
the
a few
street.
years ago,
Yeah.
Steve took pictures of it, kids walking up to that, and he took it up to City Hall, and they said, well, we'll do, but it's bad sidewalk. They need to put new sidewalk in there, and it needs to be, kids
Well, it
should
could
not
be-
have to go
it'd be
through that
clean-
deep of
It could
snow.
be cleaned if somebody would put the effort into it,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, run a skid loader down, leave that much snow, I mean, and then it freezes and thaws and it's
It's
slick and
wicked.
those kids are still walking on it.
Slick.
And I know the sidewalks are bad, but that's a major expense for a homeowner.
For some people.
It's too bad there isn't some kind of a money sharing deal where you could replace your sidewalk and have some help with it. Cause I know there's probably a lot of elderly people that couldn't afford to do that, you know? And the sidewalks are bad shape.
Yeah, they are.
And it, well, when Steve was in the wheelchair and stuff, Memorial Walk is new,
Yeah,
but every up and down, you've got asphalt, and it was like, that's a
Workout.
problem.
It was a workout.
It's, you know, you knew, okay, I'm coming up to this one, I'm gonna have to back down so I can, and then I turn around to go up the other side.
Well, I definitely agree, we gotta do something with our sidewalks. And, I had, I turned some in last fall because they need to be done, a lot of them. Yes, Lori?
Kind of shifting gears a little bit, I would just like to thank you personally. I don't know a lot of the elders in town, but I have seen you do a lot of community service for people that either didn't have the means, the know-how, or the ability to do certain things on their property, whether it be cleaning it up or other, and I would just like to thank you for that. I miss the old days and the old ways where everyone helped one another, and I find us being in a small town, that's very important, and I'm very, very happy that you have put yourself forward to do that for some of the elders. Thank you.
Yeah, I've always been brought up that way, you know, do good for others, and good things are gonna happen.
Well, there's one particular that's active, this case at the moment, and if someone wouldn't have helped her, she might be in the grave as we speak. So, thank you so much for helping.
Yeah,
All the
thank you.
hands on there.
Thank you for the sidewalk over by the Heritage Square Park too, on the, east side of that block, or west side of that block.
yeah, that's all.
That's a
nice.
nice improvement there, that needed done.
Like I mentioned to you, Carol, we're gonna get that big sinkhole fixed.
Oh, good.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, that should have been done.
We could put a small pool in
Oh,
there.
I know, and I mean,
Yeah, if you could pluck that tree, the tree's nice, if you could pluck the tree out of there.
yeah, it's crooked because it's.
Yeah,
sitting
well,
that
there's,
way.
yeah.
I mean, that's one of the things with, if you have just a handful of water sitting somewhere, and you watch that over a year, 5 years, 10 years, that's, you guys got a big sinkhole there because of water. You always have settling, and if you have water draining through that, you have a lot of settling.
Well,
That-
and
I'm
that
not sure
whole
what
block
was-
had
I'm not sure what was covered up there either.
Everything,
buildings went down in
everything
it.
covered up,
There's
that should have
hardly,
never been done that way.
no, that's the problem.
You can't dig down 8 inches. When we planted those trees, we chiseled and dug and dug and chiseled. That was ridiculous.
Where's this sinkhole at?
It's by the schoolhouse, the real schoolhouse.
We
And the
Drive down the alley.
schoolhouse has shifted on its too.
Was there no foundation underneath it?
Well,
Well,
buildings.
the
whole
whole
building.
block is shifting, cause it has
There was
all
something-
blocks
There
and
was
bricks.
something buried in there or something.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, the whole, there's no, the the subsoil, there is no subsoil, and
There
there's
isn't.
something, they buried something there and
Yep.
it's deteriorating really fast.
We'll get that done this spring before it's time to
Sounds
seed
good.
it, so we can seed it too.
That'd be good.
get down to the welding shop and pick up that Christmas tree
Did,
vase.
that one day I talked to Renee and she never got it that day.
I'll have to ask her, I don't know if she's had the time, but I'll check.
So are the mat rats going to make a parking lot there north of their building?
I have no idea.
I think the city gave it to them, didn't they, or?
I haven't heard nothing there.
Oh, okay.
Where the old, variety building was tore down, we're trying to think of something to put in there and like a pocket park, you know, seed it down and have some concrete. Something needs to, I don't think we're gonna get a building to go in there, so let's at least make it look nice. You
How
get
about a
up to-
farmer's market?
If you get up to Sac City, on the south side when you're going through town, they got one area where they took a building down, it really looks nice.
Oh, it does. Those
Yeah.
sculptures are
Yeah.
beautiful in there. The whole town is
Yeah,
set.
big cattails.
Of course, if somebody gives you $6 million,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go buy them, yeah.
You just get your checkbook out with them.
I know. I love some of them.
Yeah, butterflies.
That King kid does a good job. Yeah, we talked about with 2027, that'd be a nice little area to put some bands in there on that
Yeah.
Friday afternoon, Saturday. But we did that years ago, the last centennial. There was an open lot, we had a band in there for the kids.
4 times.
Really?
Any other questions? I'm glad we had the turnout we had.
So you ever heard anything of any new businesses coming in, Rick, or I know you're just getting started there, but?
No, I haven't. It'd be nice to get a dentist to come back to
Yeah,
town.
yeah.
We have a new nail salon now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Who's thinking about the bakery? I heard rumor of bakery.
Well, ask Carol,
yeah, we've had several, people asking about our building and the extra ones we're gonna have on the sides. But I'm not naming anything yet.
Well, speaking of that, the old Treeman House, anyone know the old Treeman House? Right across from the school?
Which one's that?
Nippers, right?
The next one over.
Next one.
Next
Next
to
one
it.
over. But I was doing some work in there this morning and I picked up this, I don't know what it would have been, but it was Odebolt Bakery on it, and it was there a Henry Flockstead?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
They called him.
And the phone number was just a couple of digits, and we set it off to the side. There's some real old records in there, and there was some Ford book, it was 1954, I set off to the side the other day. But,
Who owns that house now?
Tom Wardrop.
Tom?
Yeah.
Tommy? And then the next one
I've got
was
a
down
feeding pot that is so old and nobody remembers. It's the name of a coal company. It was in Odebolt. Apparently one of the first coal companies. I don't even know where it was at. No, I asked years ago. I've had it for years. Older people, and they never heard of it.
Just for your
An
FYI,
advertising thing.
next month, the library here is having Mackenzie come and talk for the foundation.
Okay.
So any questions, bring them to her next month.
I like these because they're informative.
the foundation's planning a bingo night in March,
Oh, yeah, in March,
so.
yeah.
And then we've
Appreciate
got
a
a
good
big
turnout for
project
that.
coming up that you'll hear more about soon.
think of any other questions. Are our old bridges still safe? They're neat bridges.
They're neat bridges, but they need some attention. I know last summer, I think it was around the summer at a council meeting, they discussed painting them to give them a little improvement. I'd hate to see them have to be removed, because that's history.
Didn't we do that one time, or were you involved in that? Where we painted the bridges?
Painted the what?
The bridges.
The old
Yeah.
bridges,
Before Creek Days, yeah.
they are starting.
Anybody that had to do work, you know, for something illegal they did, I got those
Oh,
people
community
that.
service.
Community service came in and
Well, we
did
had
it.
talked about in OBC that maybe some black wrought iron on them too, to dress them up.
Well, I
Yeah,
think
I
they're
mean,
okay.
they're old, you'd
They're
hate to
okay
see.
now, I mean, just that they're starting to come apart
Oh, yeah.
if you look at the
Yeah.
underside of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Well, they have to be inspected. Is it yearly or is it every other year?
I don't know about that. Michael, I've never heard him say anything about those yet, but like with what we did on North Main, that was, I don't know what department they were gonna get to the point where they were gonna fine us if we didn't get that cleaned out. And,
The county, it's every other year, inspect bridges.
Is the county, okay.
Yeah, I don't think the cities are required, probably this is the cities to inspect their bridges, are they? But it is nice over there where they took that bridge
Yes.
out,
Oh,
two
yeah,
bridges
that's-
out.
that's
put the culverts
awesome.
in.
Yeah, that,
I mean, they lost that old bridge, but
Yeah.
it's still.
But it's a nice walk to the school,
Yeah,
redid the
it's- yeah,
bridge,
it's
and then
nice.
that's just, it's
The
wonderful.
way they did it.
And that's sharp, that looks really nice.
it,
Yeah.
yeah. One of the things I'd like to see this next year is somebody had mentioned to me about the looks of the fire hydrants. And they're looking pretty shabby, so we need to get them painted. And I never ever knew it, but some of the tops are painted different colors, and that's for a reason. That's so when you hook up a fire hose, it's gallon per minute, the way they're rated at.
Oh,
I didn't have a clue.
Didn't know that.
Yeah,
I wouldn't either.
yeah. It's amazing what you can learn by Googling something.
I love Google.
Well, good luck.
Well,
Yep.
thank you. Do the best I can.
It's a little
Yes.
bit of a thankless job, but
Yes.
I should a lot of thankless job.
Can't please everybody either.
Mhm. I know, they're always, this is pressure continuously. Can't please them all.
Well, all I can say is, it's been smooth so far.
Good.
I'm planning on it being that way.
Glad to hear that.
Thank you, Rick.
Yeah,
Thank you.
guys, Rick.
Thank you for coming.
I'll take one.
So I can take that too.
Oh, I got it. Here.
Get up and move.